Hey there, quick video in reply to a client who'd asked how to determine the good face of the cloth when you unwrap it. On single width cloth, one selvage edge will be a little bit better than the other, and you can generally tell by looking at it. And the mill will have a little post-it note basically that says face, and it'll be towards the better of the two edges. But a few minutes examination, you should be able to tell that for yourself. Also, by looking at the cloth, and for reasons that I'm not entirely sure, when with the selvage facing away from you, the grain of the cloth, the weave of the cloth, you should see that it goes from high left to low right, 11 o'clock to 5 o'clock if you're an analog clock kind of person. I don't know why that is. Perhaps that has something to do with how the cloth is woven as it comes off the loom. I have seen many military kilts where the grain is reversed and it goes low left, high right. I can't explain that. But if you're looking at cloth, using this piece of McDonald, which I've kept for this purpose, on the reverse side, let's call the good side the obverse, and the second best side the reverse, just like a coin. On the reverse side, if you examine it along its length, you may well see, I don't want to call them imperfections because they're not, pun intended, because these are knots. These are where either a yarn broke or the spool got small, so the webster, which is to say the weaver, stopped the loom, put in a new bobbin, and retied, and then carried on. So we don't want to fiddle with these knots in the completed kilt. These ones are, you can feel them as well as see them. Can't really feel them too much from the other side, but some of them will only appear to be like little blobs of color, and I don't have an example to show that. Ideally, all of these manufacturing marks will be on the reverse side and not visible on the outside. But there you go. We look for the grain of the cloth and we examine the cloth along its length to see if there's any imperfections. And having said that, we can't get too terribly worked up about these imperfections because, after all, this is a sort of an organic weaving process, that there will be some discrepancies, shall we say. Not going to call them errors along its length, at least in the good cloth. There we go. Hope that answers your question. Cheers.